In this video, we're looking at 2021 and really how to start and dominate your side hustle. And hey, if you're looking at a side hustle, it can be a fantastic way to make that extra income because I know that we're all busy here. If this is the first time that you and I are meeting, my name is Mike, and I started in this gig economy really with my own side hustle back in 2015. And in this video, I'm bringing on my brother Matt because we actually both started in late 2015, really driving on most every niche in this gig economy. So let me know in the live chat or the comment section where you're watching from, because I'm going to go over 4 hacks to really start and dominate your side hustle so you don't waste your time, so you can make as much money as possible. So with that, how's it going today? Matt is joining us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hey guys, going well. Nice to be back. I have my your driver Mike t-shirt on. I'm ready to go.
Love that. So again, today we're talking about how to start and dominate your side hustle in 2021. There's a lot of options, but if you don't even know where to start, again, I don't want you to waste your time. That's the premise of this channel here. It's really the mission to dominate your side hustle. So again, I appreciate you being here. Let us know where you're watching from, and let's just jump right into the content. So firstly, like I mentioned, the mission here is to make sure you dominate your side hustle, and the mission is simple. It is your success in this gig economy. You know, between Matt and I, we probably have close to 10,000 rides, trips, and transactions in this gig economy. Again, back in 2015, and really these apps started just a little bit before that. And as we round the corner here into 2021, I want to make sure that you can dominate whatever niche you're looking at in this gig economy. So like we like to do here, I like to start with a question. So let me ask you, have you started your side hustle yet? And if you're watching this, have you started yet? I know that could be one of the biggest limiting factors here. We're going to talk about that today, is even starting. It's being too nervous to start or not even knowing what niche to start in. And if yes, how long have you been driving in this gig economy? We're going to talk about that here today. Appreciate everyone being here, coming to you live. Myself from San Diego, California, and Matt again from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Well, let's get into hack number 1 here. And that is really choosing your niche. It's choosing your niche in the gig economy, really trying to decide, hey, what do I want to do? There's so many options here. I just want to bring out the options for you. Nikki, I see in here. Daniel, Earl, John, guys, Ellen, thanks for being here as we're using this new software here. So appreciate your patience with any rough patches here with this new streaming software. But choosing your niche. There is food delivery, rideshare. We can see here there's parcel grocery. What about actual physical labor or contracted work? That is via TaskRabbit. Have you thought about digital tasks? Well, hey, I mean, a lot of us are working from home now. You don't have to be out on the road driving. There's digital platforms that you can do like Fiverr. If you have skills that you can do behind a computer, consulting, graphic design work, you can contract that out digitally without even leaving your home. What about affiliate sales? Something that I'm a big believer in. Most major companies have affiliate programs where they will share a affiliate link with you, and you can share that out to your audience and make passive income. Some of these platforms, recurring income every single month through their affiliate programs. Well, don't be afraid here in 2020, going into 2021, to start that business now. Starting that business, going all in, and making that leap, at least as a side hustle, and scaling that business start in 2020 and 2021. Well, hey, I've been saying one of the best side hustles right now is perhaps starting a YouTube or a Twitch channel, which both can be monetized. Now, I'll be real with you. YouTube and Twitch, that's a long game. Personally, I can speak to YouTube here. I'm not on the Twitch platform, but especially on the YouTube platform, it's a long game, but one that has now allowed me, as I've scaled it from doing it as a side hustle to full-time income, to really just that, has allowed me to do this full-time as I earn thousands of dollars every single month. So let's bring on Matt here again. So let me just ask you, whenever we started in 2015, we started with Uber And I know that you waited a little bit. You waited maybe a month or so after I signed up here. So whenever we're looking at all these niches here, I mean, if someone's new, if someone's looking at starting a side hustle in 2021, I mean, there's a lot of options here. How do you even pick? Like, what influenced you to pick what you picked in this kind of gig economy?
Seeing the results. And if you're new to this platform, to Mike's channel, we like to talk about the results, about your results, about your potential results. And when you see the results and that there are strategies to maximize your results, it gets you interested because you think to yourself, well, there's a lot of questions. Is this worth my time? Can I do this? How much money will I really make? And through the channel, we give you results and examples. And then I remember I was smiling when you were saying that because I distinctly remember in 2015, whenever Uber and even Lyft were new rideshare platforms, I thought to myself, what are these cars driving around with the eyelashes on the headlights? If you remember
The
that,
big
whenever
pink mustache. Remember the pink mustache.
the pink mustache, and we're talking, of course, but these new platforms, when you see the results of others, it really encourages you to start.
Well, absolutely. I think that was, and let me know in the live chat or the comments if you feel the same way. But I think one of the reasons why, I mean, you didn't even want to start to choose a niche is like, well, I mean, does it work? Is there proof in the pudding? So, I'm going to kind of let you do this first here. Hey, let me know how it goes, and then I'll join on a little bit later, right? Once I see the paychecks coming in.
So it's interesting, right? But and that's part of it. Seeing the results from others, from Mike, from myself, even some of your friends that you might know in your town or your city. But then picking one, right? Do I want to be a rideshare driver? Do I want to do parcel with Amazon Flex? Do I want to deliver food with DoorDash or Uber Eats? And that's where, whenever Mike was talking about getting started, it's great to sample those and take a shift or drive for maybe an hour or two. There's no minimum. You can drive one rideshare ride just to see what it's like. That's the awesome thing about the gig economy. There's no schedule per se.
Well, I agree. That's one of the big redeeming factors in the gig economy is the flexibility. I mean, again, let me know if you like that, especially here in California with Proposition 22 and allowing drivers to continue to be independent contractors. I know that was a really debated topic here, but I mean, still having the freedom, at least going into 2021 as it stands now at the time of filming this, having the freedom to go online whenever you want to, hey, I know everyone's busy. I know you're busy. You just put up a very strong week. And if you haven't watched it already, watch Matt's ride along driving for Uber Eats in Pittsburgh. I mean, you made $550 as a side hustle this week. I mean, just tell me about that. How does it feel to, I mean, at that pace, I mean, you can generate like $2,000 extra a month. Granted, this is all pre-tax, but I mean, how does that feel to, pick a niche? Because that's hack number one is pick a niche. And we're going to go into some more hacks here, but I mean, how does that freedom feel to kind of to generate that own income?
So here's two big tips for you guys if you're watching. So if you're new, again, to the idea of a side hustle or even Mike's channel, we talk about, you can call them hacks, you can call them tips. What it really comes down to is how can you make the most money doing whatever platform you want? And it comes down to strategy. So think about like what Mike said. We've driven thousands of rides across all these platforms. We boil it down for you and give you basically the cliff notes, the cheat sheet, if you will. And for me, that was food delivery. So food delivery is very straightforward, right? You go, you pick up the food, and you deliver it to the customer. There's less interaction, but for me, I found I could really get in the zone and I could really focus on the strategies, which we're going to talk about, that maximize my income. Now, there's a lot of different benefits to all the other platforms, but because I could focus on the strategies that drive up my earnings, I chose that platform. And there's a lot of great platforms out there.
Well, I love that and appreciate you sharing that. Again, Mark, John, guys, smash the like button if you're getting value here. Ivan, thanks for being here. I know it's a little laggy. You're going to hopefully work with us here. I know Matt's internet connection there in Pittsburgh. There's a lot of trees and houses in Pittsburgh where he's at here. So I appreciate your flexibility. But we can still hear you good enough, just a little choppy, no worries. Let's move on to hack number 2. And I mean, this is a real one here. It's identifying limiting factors here. I mean, we just talked about, Matt looking at this gig economy. He really wanted to see the proof in the pudding. When I started, he said, hey, I'll believe it when I see it. And I'll be honest here. I mean, if you're looking at doing YouTube, at least as a side hustle, there was probably 6 months, 7 months where I was making 10 cents, $1.50 a month. Come on now, right? I'll believe it when I see it. Show me the paychecks and then I'll buy in. So these, what I found to be some of the limiting factors when it comes to your side hustle. It's the work-life balance here. I mean, we got to be real here. Matt is working a 9 to 5. Respect to him, respect to you on the road watching this. If you have a 9 to 5, because you're grinding away, I get that. I have been there. I've done the 9 to 5. I've done the side hustle. I've done the gig economy full-time. We got to come to terms with, okay, I need to have a work-life balance. And I'm not going to make $2,000 a week as a side hustle. We need to be a little realistic here. Number 2, shift availability. And this is why I show this screenshot to the right here. This is a screenshot of Amazon Flex. Now here in San Diego, we can see here the available shift times. I know it's pretty small, but I'll just kind of map it out here for you. 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., 5:15 to 8:15 p.m. That's generally the shift availability for Amazon Flex. At least what I see here in San Diego, based on my shift parameters, what filters I set, what have you, but generally these are afternoon or early evening shifts. If that does not work for you, you have to come to terms with, okay, maybe Amazon Flex isn't the best for me. What about the workload? When it comes to Amazon Flex, you have to understand these platforms. And this is why I invite you to be a team member. If you're not subscribed already, definitely consider subscribing. But okay, well, grocery platforms, I'm gonna have to go into a grocery store. I'm gonna have to shop. Or rideshare, I'm gonna have to have somebody, in my personal vehicle. Or maybe with Amazon Flex, okay, I'm gonna be carrying 30 to 50 packages during my shift. That's a decent amount of workload. Is that right for me? Let's talk about market behaviors. How is, Matt's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm here in San Diego, California. We need to understand the different market behaviors in your certain marketplace. Maybe Amazon Flex isn't available in your marketplace. Or maybe, Mike, I've done rideshare, I've done Uber and Lyft. It's kind of spelled out here in my marketplace. I don't get enough rides. I'm sitting around, even during busy days, you got to pivot because the market is dictating. Maybe that's not the best niche for you. I mean, this next one is a big one. I'm going to bring Matt on to talk about this a little bit more here, but your own limiting beliefs. I mean, can I be real with you here for a second? I mean, your own limiting beliefs when it comes to the side hustle is a big thing. If you have not started your side hustle, let me know. I mean, what's holding you back? Is it limiting beliefs? When I first started in October of 2015 in Pittsburgh with Uber, there were limiting beliefs. Well, hey, I mean, this platform is new. I got to use my personal vehicle. Well, there's concerns about that. I like my vehicle. I don't want to damage what's going to happen to my vehicle? Well, I'm kind of introverted. I don't really want to talk to people because of that. Or just the people in general. I mean, I'm having strangers in my vehicle. That's kind of crazy. There's all these limiting beliefs that you may have to not even start. And that's going to prevent you from even starting and even tapping into that potential. Because your marketplace may have great potential in this side hustle, but you'll never know if you let those limiting beliefs block you. I would try, we're going to get into strategies here on how to do this, but I would try a singular app. Try one that is within that comfort zone, within reason. If you're, really, really not able, or for some reason you just can't do Uber or Lyft or Amazon or whatever it is, I wouldn't do it. But I need you to challenge those limiting beliefs and just start. Lastly, qualifications. Amazon Flex, hey, it's 21 and over. if you didn't know, Uber and Lyft, a lot of marketplaces, it's 21 and over. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. So you got to look at maybe other platforms. Or are you willing to grind away and sign up as a scooter delivery person or a bike delivery person where the age requirements may be lower? Granted, Mike, I mean, it's December. Come on, it's freezing. I get that. Maybe start in the springtime. Is there something else you can do? Again, digital work, contracted work. Do not be afraid to try things that you may not be used to. So let's bring Matt back on here. So, I mean, we're talking about, hack number 2, whenever you're starting or dominating a side hustle. In my opinion, you cannot dominate a side hustle if you're letting some of these factors really bring you down. So tell me about this. Have you experienced any doubts? Talk about when you signed up. Well, talk about maybe DoorDash. I know it took you a little bit longer to sign up for DoorDash. What was holding you back? And if someone's looking at starting a side hustle, what would you say to them if they're experiencing some of these factors?
Okay, so maybe you're the person that you learn a lot of information, and we love you guys asking questions and learning information, but what good is that information if you don't put it to action? And that was my largest frustration. That's something that I myself did. So, but here's what happens when you overcome that. You make $500+ a week. You make $30+ an hour. You work whenever you want to. You provide for your family. You hit that goal that you wanted to hit. Maybe you can now afford that dream house or apartment, right? The list goes on and on. So think about, why are you considering a side hustle? And it is more about your why. And I know we're getting a little bit motivational, but this is what
Please.
this is the reality, is you're never going to be perfect. There's no amount of minutes watching videos
Yes.
that will make you quote unquote perfect. And that's okay. What we recommend is you get out there and you try one shift, you try one ride. And because you put yourself in that environment, you will see, and I promise you personally, it's much better than any of those fears, those limiting beliefs will have you think. So again, what you will get from this is thousands of dollars a month when you follow the strategies. Now, obviously, none of this is guaranteed. I wish I could guarantee you this, but the fact is, if you get on the road, you will make money. You make a delivery, you 100% will make money. How much you make is up to you. How much time you put in, how much strategy you implement, and we will help you with that. So that's my soapbox, but I had some limiting beliefs. But the point is, I got out there, I tried it, and then you think, oh, it wasn't that bad. Talking to people from all over the world when I did rideshare and Uber, it was fantastic. And I enjoy talking to people way more than I thought I did. So you learn a lot as well by trying these side hustles.
I mean, that let's just double down on that. I mean, Matt just dropping some knowledge bombs here. I mean, absolutely. I mean, that was fantastic. I appreciate you sharing that because that is absolutely true. I mean, you cannot have paralysis by analysis. You can't be so afraid that you will never start because, like Matt said, if you're waiting for perfect, you'll never start. And I mean, come on, we're not talking about building a 7-figure business. We're talking about just making that decision, signing up and hitting the go online button and just giving it a try. Let's not forget that there's always the option to stop driving. I mean, myself, if an app isn't working in your marketplace, if for some reason, you're just not feeling a certain niche, or, again, you're not making the money you want to make, or for whatever reason, maybe you had a bad delivery. Maybe you had a bad trip on a rideshare platform. Because, I mean, let's be real here. The reason you're a part of this team is because we bring it to you straight. I bring you up both sides of the coin here. Not all deliveries, not all trips, not all experiences in this gig economy are going to be completely perfect. Again, if you're expecting perfect, that's never going to happen. That's not the world that we're living in here. So I want you to be massively successful. I want you to be in the top 15% of earners. And, Matt and I stress to do the research to capitalize and make the most money possible. Because if you sign up And I'm telling you, if you follow the best practices, you'll make as much money as possible. Now, again, there's no guarantees. Maybe the most money in your marketplace is $17 an hour. And we got to come to terms with, okay, how strong is my marketplace? Try different niches. And I want to talk about that here in a second. So first, our next hack here, hack number 3, is a scalable mastery. I want to talk about how to do this. So when we started in 2015, I started with Uber, right? And then I added Lyft. And then shortly after that, I added delivery platforms. So let's talk about scalable mastery and what it is here. So number 1, you need to master a single platform and then scale. I didn't add Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and all these other apps at once. You're going to be overwhelmed, in my opinion, especially if you're new. What does this screen look like? I don't know what this button does, or what is this filter thing? What is this destination filter? What is boost and surge and prime time and all this? Try one single platform and then scale. This is scalable mastery. I want you to target a 1 to 3 month growth cycle. So you're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to sign up for Uber. And this is what I did. I signed up for Uber. I drove for a month, and then I added Lyft. Once I had the, I guess we'll call it expertise, the familiarity, at least, with the app. I know the screens. I know generally what it does. I'm starting to understand time demands. And those time demands are going to shift. You're not going to become a master in a month on DoorDash or whatever it is, because you need to understand these growth cycles of each and every app, but at least you'll be comfortable enough with the app to add another option. Nextly, set earnings goals, benchmarks, experiment with the different days, times, and marketplaces, if applicable in your marketplace. Some marketplaces are smaller and you have only one market segment. I get that. But if you don't set earnings goals, again, you're driving in the dark and you're not going to know when to get there because you don't know where you're going. Again, let me repeat that. You're not going to know when you even get there because you don't know where you're going. You have no destination. Matt, for instance, he made $550 this past week, grinding away on top of a 9 to 5, because he understands his app. He understands these marketplaces. And months ago, he was saving up for a large purchase. Let me know in the live chat right now. Let me know in the comments section. Are you saving up for a large purchase? And can you do me a favor? Can you smash the like button? Can you hit subscribe if you haven't done so already? Join the team of over 20,000. And if you're looking for another live community, join our Discord as well. But Matt had earnings goals every day, every week, month, and really ultimately for his large purchase, which was, congrats to him, which was an engagement ring. He's recently engaged to his wonderful now fiance. Drop us a like if you want to wish Matt a congratulations on that. And then track your numbers. Because I'll be honest with you, I can tell you everything under the sun, but the numbers are telling a story. What story are your numbers telling you? I want you to follow the best practices here and then combine that with the actual numbers. For instance, Tyler in El Paso, Texas, he's one of our students on yourdrivermike.com. He went through the Mastering Delivery course. It is the best A to Z course on mastering these delivery platforms. And he said, Mike, I love the course. I didn't know what I was doing. I was wasting gas, and now I'm making hundreds and hundreds, $600+ a week. And then he said, and then I tweaked those hacks as well. I said, fantastic, Tyler. That is the goal of that course. I want you to learn the basics, learn what actually works. That's exactly what you need to do. You tweak those hacks, those tips, tricks, and strategies for your specific marketplace. So now Tyler can go from making, let's say, the 600 to hopefully 700 or maybe 750, doing basically the same amount of work because he's even more efficient in his marketplace because he's tweaking that. He's looking at his numbers and he understands his marketplace. So let's bring on Matt here. Again, let's talk about scalable mastery. How long did it take you to add different apps? And again, talk to me about DoorDash. I know you just signed up for Amazon Flex as well. You're starting to scale because you've built mastery in Uber Eats. And I've encouraged you to sign up for Grubhub and Postmates as well. Talk to us about scalable mastery, how someone should do this going into 2021.
Yeah, so the whole point of scaling is to give yourself options. So I've had it where I begin a weekend morning shift and it's a little slow. So I'll pivot and I'll use another app like a DoorDash instead of Uber Eats. And here's what Mike is talking about. So in your specific area, there are different numbers of drivers. So just because my area of Pittsburgh seems to be pretty heavy with Uber Eats drivers, but DoorDash, it seems based on how many requests I have, there's a much higher number of requests coming in. So that must mean that one, more people use DoorDash in Pittsburgh. I don't know that. Or there's less drivers for DoorDash in Pittsburgh. Either way, it's good for me because I have more requests. So I started doing that once I got comfortable with one platform. So again, the point is, if you try a DoorDash, let's say, and you find that you're making $12 an hour and you think to yourself, oh, this gig economy isn't for me, you could be missing a huge opportunity on Uber Eats, because on Uber Eats, you might make $30 an hour because there are so few drivers, you're going to get all of the requests. Make sense? So that's what we're recommending. Try one first, analyze your market, like Mike says, and then determine, could I make more money doing another app? You don't know until you try, but we recommend doing that after you get familiar with one platform.
Well, exactly, and I appreciate you sharing that. You made a point there about leaving money on the table, and a certain app may have more earnings potential. I mean, again, it goes even deeper than well, it goes even deeper. Let's say I'm not even going to say deeper than that. It always goes even deeper. There's even more insights that you can do into your marketplace. For instance, if you're driving, let's say on Uber Eats, right? I know you've mastered Uber Eats there in Pittsburgh. And if I'm driving in the central Pittsburgh area, in the Oakland area, maybe Uber Eats is super popular at that time, but it's dying off. If you have a DoorDash, I've seen this happen. Sometimes I don't know why, but sometimes DoorDash may be super popular for some reason, even though DoorDash is tapering. Maybe, and we've seen this happen before, maybe DoorDash has app issues. We have seen this. I have seen you in the comments tell me this. We've experienced it together. But if DoorDash goes down, then what? Then your earnings potential goes to zero unless you have other driving options here. So scalable mastery, that is hack number 3. It's so powerful because it's not only giving you more earnings options, but as you master each and every one of those options, now you can say, well, hey, I know I'm a master at driving for DoorDash, or I know I'm a master at driving for Uber Eats. Excuse me. And I know I have the options now to drive for any different platform because I've added them. I haven't waited. I haven't had those limiting beliefs that we talked about. I've mastered them. So I'm confident that I don't care if the DoorDash app goes down. I know that I'm a master in Uber Eats as well. I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, so many valuable hacks here today. If you're getting value, definitely smash the like button and consider joining the team and hitting the subscribe button as well. Hack number 4, let's do it. Next level growth hacks. I'm going to be super real with you. I'm going to be super honest with you right now. We need to think next level in 2021. There's going to be big things coming here to the channel. Again, always new things coming down the pipeline, new app changes, app developments, acquisitions. We just saw the Uber and Postmates acquisition that's coming. So again, more reason to join the team here, join over 20,000. But I need you to think bigger. So where are you going with your side hustle? Is this going to be just a side hustle, or is this something you want to turn into full-time income? Here's what I recommend. If you're driving for any of these platforms, that's great. But here's the realness. You can only make so much money, and I'm sure that was in the back of your head, but I'm bringing this to the forefront. You can only make so much money. Maybe $30 an hour, maybe $35 on different holidays, etc. Okay? So let's understand this. But where I want you to be is to a place of absolute abundance. So let's start thinking bigger. Here's a Q1 challenge for you that is Q1 of 2021. Here's what you're going to do in 2021. You're going to start new apps in 2021. You're going to stop letting the analysis or paralysis by analysis stop you. You're going to actually sign up for these apps. And number two, you're going to take massive action and risks. This is what I want you to do in Q1 of 2021. We're going to come back together in Q1 and talk about this, but you're going to sign up. You're going to start. You're not going to wait anymore. I want you to start that scalable mastery with these apps. But number two, take the massive action. Take the risks. Start the business. Start that affiliate income. Start that YouTube channel. If you're starting a YouTube channel, we just released a massively value-added YouTube branding guide. It is on yourdrivefrommike.com. I suggest investing in that guide. Again, it's YouTube branding. That's going to help you start that YouTube channel to make that side hustle and maybe full-time income. It doesn't have to be YouTube though. I need you to think bigger, because when I started this gig economy, I was working in customer service. I was working the 9 to 5, and I had the 9 to 5 income. You know, it was predictable income. I don't know what it was, 40,000 a year, what have you. And I was like, okay, well, you know, it's nice to have the paycheck every week. You know, I can rely on that paycheck. And then I started with this gig economy. And like Matt showed us, if you can make 500 extra a week, or let me know in the live chat or the comment section, how much are you trying to make this week? 500, 1,000, more? Try to and start thinking about taking next level steps. Now, hey, if your goal is 40,000 or 60,000 or whatever it is per year, I'm not here telling, I'm not here trying to tell you you need to be a millionaire to hit success. Success is defined wildly different for all of us. I just want you to hit that success level. So if you're not happy with where you're at right now, join the channel, because we're going to build you with the framework of how to get next level success. And how to do that, simply put, it's multiple revenue streams. You know, getting income from YouTube, getting income from side hustle or gig apps, getting income from affiliate programs, getting income from, contracted work or course sales like we have here on the channel. It's getting income from whatever it is. You know, there's 4 or 5 income streams. So as we go into 2021, I'm just going to challenge you to take some risks. If that's your thing. If you say, Mike, listen, man, I'm just trying to drive for Uber, man. I'm just trying to make $200 a week. Great. This is the place for you. If you're trying to say, hey, Mike, I'm trying to make an extra 2,000 or 5,000 this month. Great. This is the place for you as well. Because the base framework, this stuff is not hard. This gig economy is not hard in and of itself. But to earn the most income, that can be a little hard, right? But into 2021, we're going to start talking about how to get next level success. Because again, I'm happy for you. I just want you to hit your earnings goals. I'm happy for you. There's nothing wrong with making the 40 a year, 60 a year, 30 a year, whatever it is. I'm not here to tell you what success is. I'm here to help you along that road to success. So let's bring Matt back on here and talk about next level growth hacks. So tell me, you hit your earnings goal. This is I'm so excited to talk to you about this. But you hit your next level earnings goals, which was an engagement ring. And again, congrats, really pumped for you. So what now? What are we doing, or what challenges are being presented to you? How do you break through that wall of trying to get next level success? Talk to me about that. How do you scale? How do you grow past what you're already doing? What actions are you taking? Or are you even looking at doing that? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so as I'm sure everyone watching, whether you're new, whether you've just started, the responsibilities, well, I should put it this way. Life doesn't stop, right? Life does not stop. So there's going to be a goal that you have in mind right now. Maybe it's a short-term goal. Maybe I just want to drive 1 month to pay off my credit card. Okay, I'm a little behind. I'm looking for some extra money. Maybe we're expecting a child or a new addition to our family. Maybe I have some medical issues and my health, some health issues. I have some extra bills. Bills and life and responsibilities and goals don't stop. So for me, it's just pushing myself to hit that next goal. And even if it's saving money, even if you don't have anything right now as an emergency that you need to move that money towards. Maybe it's just you want some extra money. You want to be able to have some financial freedom, and you want to have some reserve income. That's okay too. It doesn't matter what your goal is. So for me, looking forward, my goals for next year, for 2021, is to stay consistent, to hit my goals, which are maybe it's a few $100s extra a week, so that when I have the next big purchase or that next big moment, Mike mentioned I've recently engaged, for my family in the future, for the next step in my life. This gives me the flexibility to provide for my family, and maybe you're the same way. And it's a great, great feeling.
Well, I love that, and I appreciate you sharing. Absolutely. As we round the corner into 2021, I mean, we need to be real here. I mean, look at the current landscape that we're in. It is a challenging landscape. I myself went through a very tough financial time last year. And I talk about that a little bit here on the channel. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be roadblocks. This is not a channel that is going to tell you, everything is perfect 100%. No, we're very real here. I am just one driver. Matt is just one driver. The premise of this channel is we're a team. So we can talk about best practices. And I and Matt, we share best practices that have been proven to earn us the most money possible. But again, we're going to be talking about next level strategies. I just want to highlight some of you. Kenny says, hey, I'm driving Uber Eats full time, and I'm also a day trader. That is fantastic. You're working out here and working on your hustle. Mark says, I'm saving up to buy a home and pay off some lingering debt. Shout me out. Why are you delivering here? And Ellen joining us here from Las Vegas as well. Guys, I appreciate you being here. I mean, it's fantastic. The Life says, thank you guys for the amazing tips and tricks. I appreciate that. And, all that we try to do here is just provide non-stop value to you in the community. So again, if you're new, I definitely welcome you to the channel here and consider subscribing as well. I just want to leave you with this quote right now to hopefully leave you in a place that will continue the drive into 2021. This one from financial analyst Dave Ramsey: live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. I think that's so powerful. Again, live like no one else, so later you can live like some. Are you willing to do something today that no one else is willing to do, so you can do things later that no one else is able to do? And you say, hey, Mike, again, this is getting kind of deep, man. I'm just trying to get my side hustle. And that's fine. If you're just trying to build a side hustle, I love that. And, we're all just trying to hit that success button. But again, I've said it before, there's no magical make $30 an hour button. So with that, if you got value in this live stream, if you appreciate Matt being on this live stream, definitely smash the like button. So Matt, as we land the plane here, I'm excited for 2021. I challenge you watching this to, not get down. I know 2020 has been tough. 2020 has been tough for all of us, but there's real potential here that I think the gig economy and this side hustle, it's only a stepping stone. It's only one growth option for you. There's so much more that we can grow and scale. And we're going to talk about that in 2021, is building out the business, building out the affiliate income, maybe a YouTube or Twitch channel. There's a lot of different revenue streams. So I don't want you to lock yourself into one niche going into 2021. So Matt, I appreciate you being here. Let us know any final thoughts here as we land the plane here.
I'm happy to be here. Final thoughts is we got this. We got this as a team and as a support system, no matter what. We're all going through different things. Like I said, life for sure hasn't stopped in 2020. Even though it might feel like it, there are new challenges, and we're giving you the flexibility and the tips to provide for whatever goals that you have set. And it's awesome, seriously awesome to share with you guys.
It is, and I'm excited for 2021. I want you to look at next year with that excitement, with that drive, because I will tell you, I want you to be in the top 15% of driver earners. we need you, and I want you to do more and be focused and do the things that others aren't willing to do, like we saw with that quote with Dave Ramsey. So again, I appreciate you being here. I invite you to join the team as well, and go to yourdrivermike.com, especially if you're new. Invest in some of those courses, those walkthroughs with proven skills, and learn skills from industry experts combined into the most powerful courses, whether that be the Mastering and Delivery course, whether that be the YouTube branding course. There's exciting new ways to support the channel here that are coming in 2021. And now, if you are a current driver as well, make sure to be prepared on the road as well, if we can find it. There we go. And visit my Amazon storefront. That is linked down below. That is an affiliate storefront, but I definitely appreciate you shopping with those links down in the description as well. And finally, join that free community over on Discord. Talk with other drivers just like this in real time. So if you haven't done so already, consider joining the team over on Discord as well. So Matt, I appreciate you joining from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Drop a like on this video if you haven't done so already. We'll see you in the next video.